Gentlemen, some have accused my administration of over-promising or taking on too many challenges at once. I have this to say. Yes, I made promises. Yes, I took on many challenges that had bogged down our nation for far too long. This wasn't a mistake. This was deliberate and intentional, so as to match our leadership with our national ambition, to raise the standard, to adjust the bar upwards, and to up our game. As a leadership, we have made peace with mediocrity for far too long. That is why slums became homes, hunger became normal, health became a privilege, and jobs became a status symbol. I promised to change this, and that change is happening. Fellow citizens, we are an ambitious nation and an ambitious people. That is who we are. And leadership must rise up to meet that ambition. That is why I made a solemn and unwavering commitment to lead from the front. The truth is, I had no choice. We could not stand by and watch the country drift. We do not and never have aspired to be average. When we aim for excellence, the bar must be higher. And yes, aiming higher invites scrutiny from critics, suspicion from cynics, and doubt from their cousins, the naysayers. But that is the nature of bold reform. It unsettles the status quo and challenges the comfort of the known and the familiar. The critics may say I am wrong. The cynics may say I am lying. And the naysayers may even say I am mad. But what if they are wrong? And they are. Pause for a moment. What if I am an agent of destiny for the transformation of our nation, whose promise has been delayed for far too long? Pause. Reflect. Think. Give me a chance and judge me fairly when the time comes. But we remain focused, purposeful, and committed to delivering what Kenya truly deserves. This is neither a gamble nor an experiment. It is a disciplined, determined, focused, and deliberate renewal of our nation's foundation. Even the most hardened, die-in-the-wool doubting Thomases will soon see a country reborn, a Kenya that dared to dream big, push harder, and break free from the chains of mediocrity. To paraphrase the Irish playwright and critic George Bernard Shaw, and I quote, "Some people see things as they are, and they ask why. We dream of things that never were and ask, why not? Please join me and the millions of patriots who believe in a higher standard for our beloved nation. And let us march forward boldly, unbowed, and first march into the future. This is my statement. But allow me to say two more things so that I can conclude. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a great nation. We have a great nation. It is our duty and responsibility to make it greater. I listen a lot to what people say about the present and the future of our country. I listened to one gentleman who retired the other day after working, I think, for 40, 50 years. And he wants to be president. And I listened to him say, Kenya is a failed state. And I asked myself, so for 40 years, you have been working in a failed state? So you want to be president of a failed state? Really? You want us to entrust you to the leadership of a country you don't believe in, to a people you don't believe in? And just for the record, companies like Lindsay, Liaison, an exchange like Nairobi Stock Exchange, the best listed stock exchange last year in Africa, they don't exist in failed states. I listened to another group of friends and Kenyans, brothers and sisters, who say Ruto must go. And for sure, just like those who were there before me, my time will come and I will go. Just like those who were there before me did. But respectfully, sirs, madams, let me ask you. So, what are your reasons for this Ruto must go? I'm sure it's not because of the spelling of his name. Maybe because you don't agree with the ideas, the policies, and the plan he has for our nation, which is okay. But please, would you kindly favor us with your counter plan, with your alternative plan? Because the more I listen, the more it is sloganeering. It's not about a plan, not about an alternative plan. And, hey, we cannot replace a plan you don't like with nothing. And I hear my brothers and sisters say, let Ruto go, then we will figure out. And we will tell you what is the alternative plan later. We cannot tell you now. To me, that sounds like the wash conmanship. Because if you seriously have a plan that does better on the economy than I have, that does better on health than I have, that does better on creating jobs than I have, that does better on education than I have, you should be bold enough to tell us. Wantam, Kasongo, Ruto must go is not enough. And we are going to have a candid conversation. Nobody is going to corner us. Sorry, guys. You have to come up with a better plan. Slongaliering is not enough. The more I listen to them, the more they tell us, oh, let's go back to NHIF. Oh, let's go back to the old model, the NHIF that never worked. Let's go back to the old funding model that crippled our university education. Oh, let's abolish housing. Let's do away with SHA. And to me, they sound like people who are accustomed to the status quo, the usual, the familiar, the no change. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a great nation. It is our duty to make it greater. Thank you very much. God bless you, and I thank you.